The next phrase is settle somebody down. Settle somebody down means to become or help someone become calm and relaxed. The teacher asked the students to settle down before starting the lesson. This means the teacher told the students to stop talking and be calm. After a few minutes, the baby finally settled down and fell asleep. This means the baby stopped moving and became calm enough to sleep. He tried to settle his friend down after the argument. This means he tried to calm his friend after they had a fight. The next phrase is shake off something. Shake off something means to get rid of something, such as an illness or problem. She tried to shake off the cold, but she still felt sick. This means she tried to recover from the cold, but she wasn't feeling better. He couldn't shake off his bad mood after the argument. This means he couldn't stop feeling upset after the fight. The team worked hard to shake off their poor reputation. This means the team tried to improve their image and leave their bad reputation behind. The next phrase is shake something off. Shake something off means to free yourself from something, often a problem or an emotion. He shook off his nervousness before the speech. This means he managed to stop feeling nervous before speaking. She shook the water off her coat after walking in the rain. This means she removed the water from her coat by shaking it. The athlete shook off his injury and continued playing. This means he ignored or recovered from the injury and kept playing. The next phrase is shake up somebody. Shake up somebody means to shock or disturb someone deeply. The accident really shook her up. This means the accident made her feel very shocked and upset. Losing his job shook him up badly. This means he felt very disturbed after losing his job. The bad news shook up the entire family. This means the whole family was shocked and upset by the bad news. The next phrase is shake somebody up. Shake somebody up means to make someone feel upset, surprised, or ready for change. The coach's speech shook the team up before the final game. This means the coach's words made the team more alert and motivated. The earthquake shook everyone up in the neighborhood. This means the earthquake frightened and disturbed everyone. Her sudden resignation shook up the whole company. This means her decision to leave surprised and affected the company. The next word is sketch. Sketch means to draw something quickly without many details. She sketched a picture of the mountains in her notebook. This means she made a quick drawing of the mountains. The artist sketched a portrait of his friend. This means the artist drew a simple and quick picture of his friend. He sketched the city skyline in just a few minutes. This means he made a rough drawing of the city in a short time. The next phrase is sketch something out. Sketch something out means to explain or plan something in a simple and quick way. She sketched out her ideas for the new project. This means she quickly explained the basic ideas of her project. The architect sketched out the design before making a detailed plan. This means the architect made a rough drawing before finalizing the plan. He sketched out a rough schedule for the meeting. This means he quickly made a simple plan for the meeting. The next phrase is sleep with somebody. Sleep with somebody means to have sex with someone. She found out that her boyfriend had slept with someone else. This means she discovered that her boyfriend had a sexual relationship with another person. They started dating after sleeping with each other a few times. This means their romantic relationship began after they had sex a few times. He regretted sleeping with his ex-girlfriend. This means he felt bad about having sex with his former girlfriend. The next word is slip. Slip means to lose balance and fall or nearly fall. She slipped on the wet floor and fell. This means she lost her balance on the wet surface and fell down. He slipped on the ice while walking to work. This means he lost his footing on the ice and nearly fell. Be careful, or you might slip on the stairs. This means if you are not cautious, you could lose your balance and fall on the stairs. The next phrase is slip away. Slip away means to leave quietly or to disappear gradually. She slipped away from the party without saying goodbye. This means she left the party quietly without telling anyone. Time slipped away while they were having fun. This means time passed quickly without them noticing. He watched the sun slip away behind the mountains. This means he saw the sun slowly disappear behind the mountains. The next phrase is slip out. Slip out means to leave secretly or to say something accidentally. He slipped out of the house while everyone was asleep. This means he left the house quietly without being noticed. I didn't mean to tell your secret. It just slipped out. This means I accidentally revealed your secret without intending to. She let a small laugh slip out during the serious meeting. This means she accidentally laughed in an inappropriate situation. The next phrase is slip up. Slip up means to make a small mistake. He slipped up and called his teacher Mom. This means he made a mistake and accidentally called his teacher Mom. She slipped up during the interview and gave the wrong answer. This means she made an error while answering a question. A small slip up in the recipe ruined the cake. This means a tiny mistake in the recipe caused the cake to turn out badly. The next phrase is spin somebody around. Spin somebody around means to turn someone quickly in a circle. He spun her around on the dance floor. This means he turned her in circles while dancing. The child laughed as his father spun him around. This means the father turned his child in circles, making him happy. She spun around to see who had called her name. This means she quickly turned her body to look at the person who called her. The next phrase is spin somebody round. Spin somebody round means the same as spin somebody around, to turn someone quickly. He grabbed her hands and spun her round. This means he held her hands and turned her in a circle. The roller coaster spun them round at high speed. This means the ride turned them quickly in circles. She spun round to face him when she heard his voice. This means she quickly turned to look at him when she heard him speak. The next word is splash. Splash means to make water or another liquid fly around by hitting or disturbing it. The children splashed in the pool all afternoon. This means the children played in the water, making it move and fly around. He accidentally splashed coffee on his shirt. This means some coffee flew out of the cup and landed on his shirt. The car drove through a puddle and splashed water everywhere. This means the car hit a puddle, making the water fly in all directions. The next phrase is splash out. Splash out means to spend a lot of money on something expensive or special. They splashed out on a luxury holiday. This means they spent a lot of money on an expensive vacation. He splashed out on a new car after getting a promotion. This means he bought an expensive car to celebrate his job promotion. She splashed out on designer shoes for the party. This means she spent a lot of money on expensive shoes for the event. The next word is spring. Spring means to move suddenly and quickly. The cat sprang onto the table. This means the cat jumped onto the table very quickly. He sprang to his feet when he heard the news. This means he stood up quickly after hearing something surprising. The door suddenly sprang open. This means the door opened quickly and unexpectedly. The next phrase is spring from something. Spring from something means to come from or be caused by something. His love for music springs from his childhood. This means his passion for music started when he was young. The idea sprang from a conversation we had last week. This means the idea developed from something discussed earlier. Her fear of water springs from a bad experience as a child. This means she is afraid of water because of something that happened when she was young. The next phrase is spring up. Spring up means to appear or develop suddenly. New restaurants have sprung up all over the city. This means many restaurants have opened very quickly. A problem sprang up just before the event started. This means an issue suddenly appeared at the last moment. A new trend has sprung up among young people. This means a new fashion or activity has become popular very quickly. The next phrase is spy on somebody. Spy on somebody means to watch someone secretly. She caught her brother spying on her while she was writing her diary. This means her brother was secretly watching what she was doing. The police spied on the suspect for weeks. This means the police secretly observed the person for a long time. He felt uncomfortable knowing that his boss was spying on him. This means he didn't like that his boss was secretly watching him. The next word is squeeze. Squeeze means to press something firmly, usually to remove liquid or change its shape. She squeezed the lemon to get the juice out. This means she pressed the lemon hard to get juice from it. He squeezed her hand gently. This means he held and pressed her hand softly. The bus was full, but he managed to squeeze in. This means he fit into a small space on the crowded bus. The next phrase is squeeze somebody/something in. Squeeze somebody something in means to find time or space for someone or something, even when it's difficult. I can squeeze you in for an appointment at 3 p.m. This means I can find time for your appointment at 3 p.m., even though my schedule is busy. She squeezed in a quick workout before work. This means she made time for exercise before starting her job. We managed to squeeze in one last trip before the holidays ended. This means we fit in an extra trip before the holiday was over. The next phrase is squeeze in somebody something. Squeeze in somebody something has the same meaning as squeeze somebody something in. It means to fit a person or activity into a tight schedule or space. The doctor squeezed in another patient before lunch. This means the doctor made time for one more patient before lunch. He squeezed in a meeting between two flights. This means he had a meeting even though his schedule was tight. They squeezed in an extra guest at the dinner table. This means they made space for one more person at the table. The next phrase is stand in. Stand in means to take someone's place temporarily. She stood in for the teacher when he was sick. This means she replaced the teacher for a short time. I need someone to stand in while I'm on vacation. This means I need a temporary replacement while I am away. A stunt double stood in for the actor during the dangerous scene. This means someone else replaced the actor for the risky part. The next phrase is stay out of something. Stay out of something means to avoid getting involved in a situation. He told me to stay out of his personal matters. This means he asked me not to get involved in his private life. I try to stay out of office politics. This means I avoid getting involved in workplace conflicts. She stayed out of the argument between her friends. This means she didn't take sides or participate in the fight. The next phrase is step down. Step down means to resign from a position or leave an important role. The CEO stepped down after 10 years in charge. This means the CEO decided to leave his job. She stepped down as team captain. This means she gave up her position as the leader of the team. He announced that he would step down at the end of the year. This means he said he would leave his job at the end of the year. The next word is stick. Stick means to attach or stay in one place. He stuck a note on the fridge. This means he placed a note on the refrigerator and it stayed there. The gum stuck to my shoe. This means the gum attached itself to my shoe and wouldn't come off. The rule still sticks even after all these years. This means the rule is still in effect or followed. The next phrase is stick by somebody. Stick by somebody means to support someone, especially in difficult times. She stuck by her best friend during the crisis. This means she supported her friend in a hard situation. He promised to stick by his family no matter what. This means he said he would always support his family. True friends stick by you through thick and thin. This means real friends stay loyal no matter what happens. The next phrase is stick up for somebody. Stick up for somebody means to defend or support someone, especially when they are being criticized. She always sticks up for her friends when others are mean. This means she defends her friends when people say bad things about them. He stuck up for his colleague when others blamed her for the mistake. This means he defended his colleague and supported her. I'll stick up for you if anyone tries to criticize you. This means I will support and defend you if people say negative things. The next phrase is stick up for something. Stick up for something means to defend or support a cause, idea, or belief. She stuck up for animal rights at the meeting. This means she defended the cause of animal rights during the meeting. He always sticks up for what he believes in, no matter the consequences. This means he defends his beliefs even if it's difficult. It's important to stick up for what's right. This means you should always support and defend what is morally correct. The next phrase is stir up something or stir something up. Stir up something means to cause trouble, excitement, or strong feelings in a group of people. His comments stirred up a lot of debate at the meeting. This means his words caused a lot of disagreement and discussion. The media stirred up rumors about the celebrity's personal life. This means the media spread false information to create gossip. The protest stirred up strong emotions among the community. This means the protest caused many people to feel upset or passionate. The next word is stumble. Stumble means to trip or lose balance while walking, or to make a mistake while speaking or acting. She stumbled while walking on the uneven road. This means she tripped because the road wasn't flat. He stumbled over his words during the speech. This means he made mistakes while talking, probably due to nervousness. I stumbled into a tree while running in the park. This means I accidentally ran into a tree because I wasn't paying attention. The next phrase is stumble across something, somebody. Stumble across something, somebody means to find something or meet someone by accident. I stumbled across an interesting book at the library. This means I found the book unexpectedly while looking around. He stumbled across an old friend while traveling in Italy. This means he unexpectedly met an old friend while in Italy. We stumbled across a hidden cafe during our walk. This means we accidentally found a small hidden cafe while walking. The next phrase is stumble on something, somebody. Stumble on something, somebody means to find something or meet someone by chance. She stumbled on an article that changed her perspective on life. This means she found the article by accident and it made her think differently. I stumbled on a great podcast while browsing the internet. This means I discovered the podcast unexpectedly while looking online. He stumbled on an amazing restaurant while exploring the city. This means he found the restaurant by chance while walking around. The next phrase is stumble upon something, somebody. Stumble upon something, somebody means to discover something or meet someone unexpectedly. I stumbled upon an old photo album in the attic. This means I accidentally found the album while searching through the attic. She stumbled upon a great opportunity while volunteering. This means she discovered an unexpected chance or offer while helping out. We stumbled upon a small art gallery during our vacation. This means we found the art gallery by chance while we were traveling. The next phrase is subject, somebody, something to something. Subject, somebody, something to something means to make someone or something experience something unpleasant or difficult. She was subjected to unfair treatment at work. This means she had to experience unfair behavior at her job. The building was subjected to strong winds during the storm. This means the building had to endure powerful winds when the storm happened. The prisoners were subjected to harsh conditions in the camp. This means the prisoners had to live in very difficult and uncomfortable conditions. The next phrase is take in something or take something in. Take in something means to absorb, understand, or accept information or sights. She took in all the details of the painting. This means she carefully observed and noticed every part of the painting. It was hard to take in all the new information at once. This means understanding all the new details quickly was difficult. During the trip, we took in the beautiful scenery. This means we enjoyed and observed the natural views around us. The next phrase is take over. Take over means to gain control or responsibility for something. She took over the family business after her father retired. This means she became the leader of the business when her father stopped working. The company was taken over by a larger competitor. This means a bigger company gained control of the smaller one. Can you take over while I'm away? This means I'm asking you to manage things in my absence. The next phrase is talk somebody out of something. Talk somebody out of something means to persuade someone not to do something. He talked his friend out of quitting his job. This means he convinced his friend not to leave his job. They talked me out of buying an expensive phone. This means they persuaded me not to spend money on an expensive phone. She tried to talk him out of going to the dangerous area. This means she convinced him not to visit a risky place. The next phrase is talk somebody out of doing something. Talk somebody out of doing something means to convince someone not to perform a specific action. His parents talked him out of dropping out of school. This means his parents persuaded him not to stop attending school. I tried to talk her out of making a bad decision. This means I attempted to convince her not to choose something unwise. They talked him out of driving in the heavy snow. This means they persuaded him not to drive because of dangerous weather. The next phrase is talk something through or talk through something. Talk something through means to discuss something carefully to understand or decide on it. We need to talk through the details before signing the contract. This means we should discuss everything carefully before agreeing. They talked through the plan to make sure it was clear. This means they discussed the plan step by step to ensure understanding. Let's talk this problem through and find a solution. This means we should discuss the problem fully to figure out how to fix it. The next word is tear. Tear means to pull something apart or make a hole by force. She accidentally tore the letter while opening it. This means she damaged the letter by pulling it apart. The child tore his shirt while playing outside. This means the shirt got ripped during outdoor play. Be careful with the paper. It tears easily. This means the paper can break or rip without much effort. The next phrase is tear apart something or tear something apart. Tear apart something means to destroy something completely or to separate things violently. The dog tore apart the newspaper. This means the dog ripped the newspaper into pieces. The storm tore apart several houses in the village. This means the storm caused serious damage to many houses. The argument tore their friendship apart. This means the argument ruined their friendship. The next phrase is tear down something or tear something down. Tear down something means to demolish or remove a building, structure, or idea. They are tearing down the old shopping mall. This means they are destroying the old mall. The government decided to tear down the unsafe bridge. This means the government removed the bridge because it was dangerous. The protesters wanted to tear down the unfair law. This means they wanted to get rid of the law because they thought it was unjust. The next phrase is think ahead. Think ahead means to plan for the future and consider possible situations. It's important to think ahead before making big decisions. This means you should consider the future before deciding something important. She always thinks ahead to avoid problems at work. This means she plans in advance so she doesn't face difficulties. We need to think ahead and prepare for the winter. This means we should make plans for the cold season in advance. The next phrase is think back. Think back means to remember or recall past events. I often think back to my childhood. This means I remember my childhood memories. When I think back, I realize how much I have changed. This means when I remember the past, I see my personal growth. She thought back to the time they first met. This means she remembered the moment they met for the first time. The next phrase is tip somebody off or tip off somebody. Tip somebody off means to give secret or important information to someone. The police were tipped off about the robbery. This means someone secretly told the police about the crime. A journalist tipped him off about the scandal. This means a reporter gave him secret information about the scandal. They tipped off the company about the hacker attack. This means they warned the company about the cyber threat. The next phrase is tire of something. Tire of something means to become bored or annoyed with something. She never tires of reading books. This means she always enjoys reading and doesn't get bored. He tired of eating the same food every day. This means he got bored of eating the same meals all the time. I'm starting to tire of this TV show. This means I'm beginning to feel bored watching this show. The next phrase is tire of somebody. Tire of somebody means to become annoyed or bored with a person. She tired of his constant complaints. This means she became annoyed because he always complained. He never tires of his best friend's jokes. This means he always enjoys his friend's jokes and never gets bored. They tired of their neighbor's loud music. This means they became annoyed with the noise from their neighbor. The next phrase is tire of doing something. Tire of doing something means to become bored or annoyed with an activity after doing it for a long time. She never tires of listening to music. This means she always enjoys music and never feels bored. He tired of waiting for the bus and decided to walk. This means he got frustrated with waiting and chose to walk instead. I'm starting to tire of answering the same questions. This means I'm beginning to feel annoyed by repeating the same answers. The next phrase is top something off or top off something. Top something off means to complete something in a special or successful way. They topped off the meal with a delicious dessert. This means they finished their meal with a tasty dessert. The team topped off the season with a big win. This means they ended the season successfully by winning an important game. She topped off her birthday with a surprise party. This means she finished her birthday celebration with an unexpected party. The next phrase is track down somebody something or track somebody something down. Track down somebody/something means to find someone or something after searching for a long time. The police tracked down the missing person. This means the police found the person after searching. She finally tracked down the book she was looking for. This means she found the book after a long search. It took months to track down the stolen car. This means they needed a long time to find the car that was taken. The next phrase is urge somebody on. Urge somebody on means to encourage or push someone to continue doing something. The crowd urged the runners on during the marathon. This means the spectators cheered for the runners to keep going. Her friends urged her on to finish the project. This means her friends encouraged her to complete her work. The coach urged the team on to win the match. This means the coach motivated the team to play harder and succeed. The next phrase is wipe something out or wipe out something. Wipe something out means to completely destroy or remove something. The storm wiped out several houses in the town. This means the storm destroyed many homes. A new virus could wipe out entire populations. This means a dangerous virus might completely eliminate many people. The company was wiped out by financial problems. This means the company lost everything because of money issues. The next phrase is write somebody something off or write off somebody something. Write somebody something off means to consider something as a failure, useless, or not worth attention. Many people wrote him off after he failed the exam. This means they believed he had no future after his failure. The bank wrote off the unpaid debt. This means the bank decided to cancel the debt because it was impossible to collect. She refused to write off her dreams despite many challenges. This means she did not give up on her goals even when facing difficulties. The next phrase is all in one. All in one means combining multiple qualities or functions into a single thing. This tool is a knife, a fork, and a spoon all in one. This means the tool has the functions of a knife, fork, and spoon combined. The hotel is a restaurant, a gym, and a workspace all in one. This means the hotel offers all these services together in one place. She is a teacher, a mentor, and a friend, all in one. This means she plays multiple important roles at the same time. The next phrase is be green with envy. Green with envy means to be very jealous of someone's success or possessions. She was green with envy when she saw her friend's new car. This means she felt very jealous when she saw the car. He was green with envy when his colleague got promoted. This means he was very jealous of his colleague's success. They were green with envy after seeing their neighbor's huge house. This means they felt jealous because the house was bigger than theirs. The next phrase is be on the line. Be on the line means to be at risk or in danger of being lost. His job is on the line because of his poor performance. This means he might lose his job if he doesn't improve. The company's reputation is on the line after the scandal. This means the company's good name is in danger. Our championship hopes are on the line in this match. This means winning this game is critical to achieving our goal. The next phrase is be out of line. Be out of line means to behave in an unacceptable or rude way. His comment was totally out of line. This means his words were inappropriate or offensive. She was out of line for shouting at her boss. This means she behaved in a disrespectful way by yelling. The player was out of line when he argued with the referee. This means the player acted in an unacceptable way by disagreeing rudely. The next word is torn. Torn means feeling uncertain or divided about a decision. She was torn between staying home and going out. This means she couldn't decide whether to go out or not. He felt torn after hearing both sides of the argument. This means he was confused because he understood both opinions. I'm torn about accepting the job offer. This means I am struggling to decide whether to take the job. The next phrase is be torn between something and something. Be torn between something and something means to have difficulty choosing between two things. She was torn between her career and her family. This means she found it hard to decide between work and personal life. He was torn between moving abroad and staying in his hometown. This means he couldn't decide whether to leave or stay. I'm torn between buying a car and saving money. This means I don't know whether to spend money on a car or keep it. The next phrase is I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what is used to introduce a suggestion, an offer, or an opinion in a conversation. I'll tell you what. Let's take a break and continue later. This means I have a suggestion. Let's rest before finishing our work. Tell you what. I'll help you move if you buy me lunch. This means I'm offering to help, but in exchange for a meal. You know what? Tell you what, let's go on vacation next weekend. This means I have an idea. Let's take a trip. The next phrase is keep somebody at arm's length. Keep somebody at arm's length means to avoid getting too close to someone, either emotionally or physically. She keeps her coworkers at arm's length. This means she does not form close relationships with her colleagues. He kept his old friends at arm's length after moving to a new city. This means he did not stay very close to his old friends. The celebrity kept the media at arm's length. This means the celebrity avoided too much interaction with reporters. The next phrase is the chances are. The chances are means it is likely that something will happen. The chances are that he will be late. This means he is probably going to arrive late. If you don't study, the chances are you'll fail the test. This means if you don't prepare, you will likely not pass. The chances are that it will rain tomorrow. This means there is a high possibility of rain. The next phrase is the seeds of something. Seeds of something means the beginning or cause of a future situation, often a problem or change. The seeds of the conflict were planted years ago. This means the problems that caused the conflict started a long time ago. His early success planted the seeds of his later achievements. This means his small wins led to bigger success later. The seeds of doubt were already in her mind. This means she had already started feeling uncertain. The next phrase is 10-20, etc., years somebody's junior. 10-20, etc., years somebody's junior means being younger than someone by a certain number of years. She married a man 10 years her junior. This means her husband is 10 years younger than she is. He became manager at 30, while his colleague 5 years his junior was still an assistant. This means his colleague was 25 years old. My sister is 3 years my junior. This means my sister is 3 years younger than me. The next phrase is a bad, good, etc., judge of something. A bad, good judge of something means having a poor or strong ability to assess something. He is a good judge of character. This means he can understand people's personalities well. She's a bad judge of fashion. This means she does not choose clothes well. I'm not a great judge of music, but I think this song is amazing. This means I don't have much expertise in music, but I like the song. The next word is patch. Patch means a small area of something or a period of difficulty. There was a patch of grass in the middle of the road. This means a small area of grass was growing on the road. He sewed a patch onto his jeans. This means he fixed his jeans by adding a piece of fabric. They went through a rough patch in their marriage. This means they had a difficult period in their relationship. The next phrase is a bad, rough, etc. patch. A bad, rough, etc. patch means a period of difficulties or struggles. He is going through a rough patch at work. This means he is facing difficulties in his job. Their business hit a bad patch last year. This means the company had financial problems for a while. She had a difficult patch after losing her father. This means she struggled emotionally for some time. The next phrase is a bite, to eat. A bite to eat means a small amount of food or a quick meal. Let's grab a bite to eat before the movie. This means let's eat something quickly before watching the movie. I didn't have time for lunch, so I just had a quick bite. This means I ate a small amount of food because I was busy. We stopped at a cafe for a bite to eat. This means we took a short break to eat at a cafe. The next word is contention. Contention means a disagreement or an opinion that causes debate. The main point of contention was the budget. This means the biggest argument was about how to spend money. There's a lot of contention between the two political parties. This means they strongly disagree on many topics. His contention is that social media harms mental health. This means his opinion is that social media has negative effects. The next phrase is a bone of contention. A bone of contention means a subject that causes disagreement or argument. The inheritance was a bone of contention in the family. This means they argued a lot on how to divide the money. The new rules became a bone of contention among employees. This means the workers strongly disagreed with the new policies. Parking spaces are always a bone of contention in our neighborhood. This means people often argue about parking in the area. The next phrase is a book of stamps. A book of stamps means a small booklet containing multiple postage stamps. I bought a book of stamps at the post office. This means I purchased several stamps in one booklet. She always keeps a book of stamps in her bag. This means she carries multiple stamps for mailing letters. Can you pick up a book of stamps when you go out? This means I am asking you to buy several stamps in booklet form. The next phrase is a book of tickets. A book of tickets means a small booklet containing multiple tickets, often for transportation or events. He bought a book of tickets for the train. This means he purchased several train tickets together in a booklet. A book of tickets for the amusement park is cheaper than buying single tickets. This means buying multiple tickets at once is more affordable. She gave me a book of tickets for the bus as a gift. This means she bought me multiple bus tickets in one set. The next phrase is a breath of fresh air. A breath of fresh air means something or someone new and refreshing. Her ideas are a breath of fresh air in the company. This means her creative thinking has made the workplace more exciting. The new teacher was a breath of fresh air for the students. This means the students felt excited about learning with a new teacher. After months of stress, the weekend trip was a breath of fresh air. This means the trip was refreshing and relaxing after a stressful time. The next phrase is a broken home. A broken home means a family where the parents are divorced or separated. He grew up in a broken home. This means his parents were separated or divorced when he was a child. Children from broken homes may face emotional challenges. This means kids whose parents have split up might struggle emotionally. She never talked about her broken home. This means she didn't like to discuss her difficult family situation. The next word is bundle. Bundle means a collection of things tied or grouped together. She carried a bundle of clothes to the laundry. This means she held a group of clothes together to wash them. He gave me a bundle of newspapers to recycle. This means he handed me several newspapers tied together. The old man wrapped a bundle of firewood in rope. This means he tied pieces of firewood together for carrying. The next phrase is a bundle of energy. A bundle of energy means someone who is very active and full of life. The little boy is a bundle of energy. This means he is always moving and never seems tired. Our new puppy is a bundle of energy. This means the puppy is very playful and active. She's a bundle of energy at work, always full of new ideas. This means she is always energetic and motivated at her job. The next phrase is a bundle of nerves. A bundle of nerves means someone who is very nervous or anxious. Before the exam, she was a bundle of nerves. This means she was very anxious about taking the test. He was a bundle of nerves before his big speech. This means he felt extremely nervous before speaking. Waiting for the interview results made me a bundle of nerves. This means I was very anxious while waiting for my results. The next phrase is a change of heart. A change of heart means a change in feelings or opinion about something. She had a change of heart and decided to stay. This means she changed her mind and chose not to leave. I was going to quit my job, but I had a change of heart. This means I decided to stay at my job instead of leaving. After hearing his apology, she had a change of heart. This means she forgave him and changed her opinion. The next word is clap. Clap means to hit your hands together to make a sound, usually to show approval. The audience clapped after the performance. This means people made noise with their hands to show they liked the show. She clapped her hands to get everyone's attention. This means she hit her hands together to make a sound and call for focus. He clapped loudly when his friend won the race. This means he made a lot of noise with his hands to celebrate. The next phrase is a clap of thunder. A clap of thunder means a sudden, loud noise of thunder. We heard a loud clap of thunder before the storm. This means there was a sudden, strong sound of thunder. A clap of thunder woke me up in the middle of the night. This means a loud thunder sound disturbed my sleep. As we ran inside, a clap of thunder shook the sky. This means a loud sound of thunder happened as we entered. The next phrase is a conflict of interest. A conflict of interest means a situation where someone's personal interest affects their professional decisions. The lawyer refused the case due to a conflict of interest. This means the lawyer could not take the case because of personal or professional reasons. Hiring his brother created a conflict of interest. This means it was unfair or unprofessional to employ his relative. The politician was accused of having a conflict of interest. This means people believed he made decisions based on personal gain rather than fairness. The next phrase is a conscious decision. A conscious decision means a choice made with full awareness and careful thought. She may made a conscious decision to eat healthier. This means she carefully chose to improve her diet. He took a new job as a conscious decision to change his career. This means he purposely decided to switch to a different job. I made a conscious decision to spend less time on social media. This means I intentionally chose to reduce my social media use. The next phrase is a conscious choice. A conscious choice means a choice made with full understanding and intention. He made a conscious choice to support local businesses. This means he intentionally decided to buy from small shops. Avoiding fast food was a conscious choice for her. This means she carefully decided not to eat unhealthy food. They made a conscious choice to live in the countryside. This means they knowingly chose a rural life over a city life. The next phrase is a conscious effort. A conscious effort means a deliberate attempt to do something. She made a conscious effort to be more patient. This means she tried hard to improve her patience. He made a conscious effort to wake up earlier. This means he intentionally tried to adjust his morning routine. I'm making a conscious effort to stay positive. This means I'm actively trying to maintain a good attitude. The next word is dim. Dim means not bright or clear. The room was dim, so she turned on a lamp. This means the room was not very bright, so she added light. His voice was dim in the noisy crowd. This means his voice was hard to hear because of the noise. The light grew dim as the sun set. This means the brightness faded as evening came. The next phrase is a dim memory. A dim memory means a memory that is unclear or hard to recall. I have a dim memory of my first day at school. This means I can only remember a little about that day. She had a dim memory of visiting her grandparents' old house. This means she couldn't remember the details clearly. His childhood was a dim memory to him. This means he barely remembered what happened when he was young. The next phrase is a dim recollection. A dim recollection means a faint or unclear memory of something. I have a dim recollection of my first birthday party. This means I can barely remember the details of the event. She has a dim recollection of meeting him at the party. This means she can only vaguely remember meeting him there. His childhood years are a dim recollection to him. This means he doesn't remember much from when he was young. The next phrase is a display of affection. A display of affection means showing love or care towards someone openly. They shared a public display of affection at the park. This means they kissed or held hands in front of others to show their love. The couple's display of affection was sweet to watch. This means it was nice to see how they showed their love for each other. She gave him a hug as a display of affection. This means she hugged him to show her love or warmth. The next phrase is a display of anger. A display of anger means showing or expressing anger openly. His loud voice was a display of anger towards the decision. This means he raised his voice to show he was upset about the decision. She had a display of anger when she heard the news. This means she showed her anger clearly after hearing the news. The argument turned into a display of anger from both sides. This means both people openly expressed their frustration during the argument.